So if they're looking exclusively at the helmets, that might cause some confusion. But anything to make these exchanges as easy and efficient as possible. The whistle goes, and this time, I believe we are go. We won't have that confirmed though until the pistol goes. There you have it. There's a rider from Switzerland already off the back. We were still given the green light to go. And now they do all form up. And the teammates who will be largely riding above the blue line until it's their turn to swing in. The Americans are about to do an exchange right now. And they do it quite smoothly. And already all over the track here, as there's traffic, as exchanges are being made. And it wasn't really much of a serious attack. It's Lily Williams who just kind of went, we're not actually attacking, guys. We just happened to be at the front. And so the starts, they'll pick up speed as they go, and then each time the sprint lap comes, the cat will really be amongst the pigeons, and it's going to be, let's just say, chaotic. And then usually there's a let-off after every sprint point, unless there are those teams who are pushing the tempo and actually going for a lap. For the moment, it's all the groups together. Switzerland about to make an exchange there, successfully pulling that off. Switzerland, Aline Seitz and Michelle Andres. At the front, it's the Netherlands right now. Micah van der Doon and Lisa van Bell. There's a look at the Danes, Julie Leth and Emily de Dirksen, executing very nicely in exchange there. So it's the calm before the storm right now. As Rakuten K-Dreams goes to the front. It is Tsuyaka Uchino. Italy right behind them. France doing an exchange with 2 laps to go before the first sprint point. It is now the Netherlands hitting the front. And it's Micah, no, it's not Micah van der Doon, it's Lisa van Bell at the front. Now, as the bell goes for the first sprint, there they see the exchange executed just in time for the sprint. It's Micah van der Doon on the front for the Netherlands, but it's Rakuten K-Dreams coming around the outside. Maho Kakita coming over the right shoulder, and it is going to be very close for the first sprint. And the first one going to Team Rakuten K-Dreams. Netherlands second, Switzerland third, Italy picking up the single point. Our updated scoreboard there will go on the fly. There's another example of the exchanges there. Rakuten K-Dreams, the winner from Hong Kong a month ago, the same team, Uchino and Kakita. They're certainly a team on form, and might they be a team that wears the rising sun in Paris in just a few months' time. It's always fun to explain this race to people who may not follow track cycling. They do what now? And you say yes, on a gear with no brakes, or on a bike with no brakes and 1 gear. And it is Germany on the front. Very yellow helmet. Franziska Brause and Alina Reisner. And it is the Americans. And the Danes moving to the front. France is right there as well in that Continental Champions jersey. And there is a crash down. And it is, looks like both riders from Belgium are down, as is a rider from Hong Kong, China. It looks like we are continuing. You always have to watch to see if they neutralize it or bring it back. And it's most disastrous for the Belgians with both their riders involved. In a race like this, when a rider goes down, at least their teammate can continue on. They do tend to get exhausted as the other teams make the exchanges, but both teammates went down, and now at the bell, Great Britain and France on the front. It is Nia Evans leading the way, just ahead of Valentine Fortin, but she is going to swing in Marion Boras. And it is Nia Evans from Great Britain taking full points. France, Italy, United States, 2, 3, and 4. And so, amid the chaos of a crash, the sprint came upon us. Looked like there was... And there is what happened to the Belgians. They just took each other out. They missed their handsling, and the rider from Hong Kong, China, just an innocent bystander there. And it looked like Helene Hesters was back on her feet very quickly. Belgium is back in the race. Both the riders are there. And if you've ever crashed on your bike at this point in time, adrenaline is coursing through you, so any pain you're likely not feeling right away, but they will certainly be feeling that after the race. But chapeau to them for gritting through the pain and coming back in here. That's the example of the missed arm sling opportunity. It just kind of all went wrong. So at the moment, GB and Rakuten K-Dreams both on 5 points. Nobody's really gone for the lap. Nobody's gone out for a flyer yet. They've all been satisfied waiting for the sprint points. And at the front right now, we're counting down 4 laps to the next sprint point. It's Denmark on the front. Sometimes you move to the front just to set up that early arm sling. And there is Nia Evans, 33-year-old from Langbank in Scotland. It's in the Glasgow area. And the U.S. on the front, getting that arm sling done. It's Lily Williams leading the front for the U.S. Now, at the World Championships, Nia Evans actually did win the Worlds. She teamed up with Eleanor Barker. And in a race like this where you want to find your teammate, it would not make sense to have one rider in the distinctive jersey and the other in the national team kit. So they are both wearing the GB ensemble as Italy hits the front. They're swinging in an exchange there right in time for the sprint, and Italy's going to pick up 5 points there. Lisa Balsamo. It's going to be close for second. Switzerland and Poland there, as were Rakuten K-Dreams. United States in 5th place. And Katie Archibald, watch out if she gets ahead of steam. But she's now just sort of in a bridge to nowhere there. And it's Italy with their 5 moving atop the leaderboard. And Archibald sort of spent a lot of time there looking to find Nia Evans, and they did swing in there, and Nia Evans is near the back of the pack. Once again, nobody really solidly on the attack. The Canadians are in danger of getting lapped here. There is Elisa Balsamo, a great Lidl track rider, a sprinter on the road. And she's now. Is this a commitment to an attack? Germany trying to chase. It's certainly very strung out, but it looks like they responded to that attack early, and so Germany now leading the way. And it's Alina Reisner leading the way as Balsamo swings Vittoria Guazzini back in. But it's Germany, Italy, Great Britain, USA at the front, and Rakuten K-Dreams in fifth. Down to 3 laps to go. Look back at Denmark. Julie Leth, Emily de Dirksen. We will start casting our gaze back towards the front. It is Team GB leading the way as they set things up for another sprint. Nia Evans leading Jennifer Valente, the winner of the elimination last night. And down the track comes Archibald, right into the mix. And the U.S. are going to also try to execute an arm sling there. They transition. They do just that as Lily Williams is going to, looks like she's going to come into second, but it is GB picking up another 5 points. France coming in third. You see the countries that have lost laps there, Hong Kong, China, and Canada, or the teams rather. And is this a committed group? It's a powerful trio, the United States, France, and Great Britain. Italy sort of stuck trying to chase, trying to get around some back markers, and this may be a committed move now. Italy sensing the urgency. And Italy sensing the urgency. They knew they wanted to respond. They have Poland right behind them as well. And so could 3 become 5? But it's the US, it's France, and it's Great Britain on the front right now. Just trying to find where the lead group is. There they are. That is certainly an elite trio. But now they're sort of, there's a look at Italy. Missing an arm sling. See, it can happen to the best of them. But it is still an elite group at the front, and there are some other teams getting caught and mixed up in the things here. But it is the U.S., and this is Lily Williams now deciding to push. Great Britain sensing the danger, dragging Poland and France right with them. But this is Valente. The U.S. bronze medalists in the Omnium here last year on Nations Cup. Gold at the World Championships. Pardon me, my mistake. And it is still the U.S. out in front. There is the bell. And they've swept up the U.S., and it's Great Britain trying to get another 5, but here comes Poland right over the shoulder, and GB Nia Evans just hanging on, the one half of the 2023 World Championship side. Swinging in now, Victoria Pikulik from her sister Daria. And Great Britain now leading the way on 15. Italy with 8. Poland the US, France, Rakuten K-Dreams all with 6. This is a replay of that sprint. Poland made it close. But just about the width of a tire. It looks like this group is sort of consolidating here, as other teams have just kind of been shed. But the elite are there. Katie Archibald. And that is the red flag for Hong Kong, China. See the red flag for them, just letting them know Canada's also on that board, 12 and 20. Of course, the team from Hong Kong, victims of the crash earlier on, the 2 Belgian riders. But that looks like that's the end for them, but we will look back at the front. And it looks like now the teams are a bit of a holding pattern. A group is reformed. Not everybody is on the same lap. But we will ramp up the intensity shortly as the countdown continues to the next sprint point. Almost at the halfway mark of the race. 16 minutes into this one. It's Denmark at the front. But we know which teams are watching and waiting, and that one right there coming around the outside, Great Britain, once again setting themselves up. And not to be outdone, France also taking a look. And now it is France and Great Britain setting things up for the sprint. The French make one final exchange. And Great Britain now lining one up, almost at top speed. That's how you execute. But right now it's France, Rakuten K-Dreams, and Great Britain settling the top 3. Looks like it will be Poland just beating Italy for the single point. Now the fractures have regrown in the group. And will this elite trio break away? Italy and Poland now facing the task of having to chase. A look at Great Britain. They are the world champions, as I've mentioned, but only one of the riders here today actually won that race, so they don't want to wear different kits when a whole lot of this race is finding your teammate and getting that quality exchange in. Down to 57 laps to go at the moment. Great Britain has them atop the leaderboard. France in second, the European champions right behind the world champions. The Asian champions are in third. How's a look at them right there, the Rakuten K-Dreams side. Kudos to Belgium still being in this race after both teammates were in a crash early on trying to execute an exchange. And teams are given free laps, so they haven't dropped 20 points, but they aren't just sitting on 0. They're the last team to be not lapped is Belgium. They're sitting in 9th right now on 0 points. We're back into something of a chaotic situation with a whole lot of teams making exchanges. The U.S. moves in front as Italy makes an exchange. And the teal helmet of Lily Williams, well, the United States, they're both in the teal. Looks like Valente is lining things up to potentially come into this. We are going to come around to get the bell, and as I mentioned, there is the U.S. Valente swings into action right in front of Czechia, who's actually down a lap, down 20 points. But they will come second in this sprint. It is Valente, the U.S., Czechia second, Germany third, and Great Britain, at least unofficially, picking up a single point. We'll just see if that all gets confirmed. And we are down to 50 laps to go. Reminder, the final sprint is worth double points on the line. That was a big 5 points for US. They jump right up into a tie with France, who were shut out of that last sprint. Two teams sitting on 11 points. And there is a crash, and it's Czechia going down. And again, it's both riders on the same team. They both appear to be okay. One rider is up on her feet. That is Petra Sevchikova and Gabriela Bartova. And here is a look. Once again, it's the arm sling gone wrong. It looked like it might have been the Polish rider getting a little too close. This should be a good angle of that. They both appear to be okay. They're both on their bikes. 46 laps to go. Relative détente in the main field as the bunch forms back up once again. And it looks like both the Czech riders will continue. A nice round of applause from the fans here in Milton. No time to draw breath, though, or rest on those laurels. Any laurels, anyway. It's down to 44. A couple sprints to go. And it is the team of Rakuten K-Dreams currently sitting in fourth. The winners a month ago. Setting things up at the front. France and the Netherlands right behind them. Italy in fourth right now, but there will be a lot of changing positions. We count down to the next sprint point. Never you mind. The team from Great Britain. They picked up 4 medals to start the day yesterday. To start the competition. And there is the bell, and it's France nicely into position there as they timed their exchange, and they have a gap. And the Brits are trying to close, but they're not going to do it. It will be France picking up full points, Great Britain in second, Rakuten K-Dreams in third, and I believe the Netherlands jumping up into fourth. And just checking to see who's pressing on here. Nobody's really deciding to force the issue. As we count down, it's less and less likely that any team, single team, will try to go on the attack and pick up 20 points. There's confirmation. France, Great Britain, Rakuten K-Dreams, and the Netherlands. 5, 3, 2, and 1. So the current standings, Great Britain on 21, France on 16, and the US and Rakuten K-Dreams on 11. Down inside 37 laps to go. 3 normal sprint points left, and then the finish line, which is double. As the Germans move to the front. Lena Reisner leading things for the moment, just ahead of the Swiss side. Pardon me, that's Franziska Brause leading things away, but the US, Belgium, all shaping up. Still plenty of time to move around before the next sprint point, only halfway there. Look at the French, the Italians. So Lily Williams of the U.S. on the front right now. Katrina de Klerk of Belgium was just around there the last lap. And there is Elisa Balsamo, a dangerous rider to be sure, picking up the tempo. She has the U.S. and Switzerland with her. Look for the absences. Great Britain has missed this one out potentially. Rakuten K-Dreams also not there. Keep an eye out for the French. They might have also missed this one. And so the U.S. and Italy scheming a plot here, perhaps. And it's the Americans hitting the front. Italy trying to get up. Guazzini trying to get up the second sprint point, and it will be Jennifer Valente taking full points. Down to 30 laps to go. The U.S. with a potentially valuable 5 points. There is Lily Williams, the U.S. up into second now. Just keeping an eye out. Great Britain is still a little bit back there. It's still the U.S., Italy, and Switzerland near the front. Belgium got the single point for 4th place. And now Great Britain is closing back up. Rakuten K-Dreams is also there. France has also gotten back up. So they missed that one sprint point without too much damage done, but Great Britain's lead is now 5 points over the U.S. France is tied on 16 points, also with the U.S. We will count down inside 30 laps. That French side, they are wearing those distinctive jerseys because Boras and Fortin were the tandem that won the European Championships in Apeldoorn in the Netherlands in January. They beat out Belgium and Italy. The Italian side of those European Championships were the same as here. And Katrine de Klerk from Belgium was there, but she also was teamed with a lot of Kopecky. And we can imagine that the immensely talented Kopecky will be eyeing this among many other races in Paris in just a few months' time. 2 more normal sprint points to go. We count down to that one. Now it's the Netherlands leading things around. They are currently in 8th on 4 points. Catching some back markers, Uzbekistan. They'd already lost 20 points. And it's Great Britain sizing things up. It's Archibald leading things around. 2 laps until the next sprint point. They will get the bell on the next lap. Now they've really ramped it up. Nia Evans leading around for Great Britain. France right behind them, then Poland, then the Netherlands. The U.S. with some work to do. It's Lily Williams trying to chase. Realistically, they'll get just a single point, but it is Great Britain on course for another 5. And it is France. Looking like they will get in second, and indeed, Great Britain, France, Poland, and the Netherlands. 1 through 4. So that will be another rearrangement in the standings. GB with 5, France with 3, Poland 2, Netherlands 1. And there you have it. France now in second place all by themselves, 7 points back of Great Britain. Now France on the attack. I guess it may not be too late to try to go for a lap. After the sprint point where you really fracture the field, the French are saying, let's go. Who can stay with us? Marion Boras leading the way. And then Great Britain trying to close it up. Urgency in the U.S. Williams closing up on Katie Archibald. Rakuten K-Dreams also fighting for their lives here a little bit. And you appreciate the effort by the French, but they go up onto the track. Valentine Fortin, once she goes up high, that sort of spells the end of her attack. And now all the big heads of state are there. The US, Great Britain, Rakuten K-Dreams, France. One normal sprint point to go, and then the double points. And what can happen in 15 laps? A whole lot. 2 big sprint points and a potential major rearranging of the leaderboard, always possible. So a little bit of slacking in the tempo. But at this point too, nearly 110 laps into this race, the legs are feeling it right now. Rakuten K-Dreams, the winner last month at the front. Suyaka Uchino just giving way, as I say that to Maho Kakita. Down to 13 to go. And it's Italy now. Vittoria Guazzini leading the way. A look at Nia Evans. And the bell, and Balsamo swings into action for the United States. It's Lily Williams. Or it's Balsamo for Italy, pardon me. It's Lily Williams for the United States. Rakuten K-Dreams going to get one final exchange to try to claim third. And it is Italy, but here comes Williams to try to make it close, but no, it will still be Italy and the US, and Rakuten K-Dreams, I think Great Britain up for a single point. And so comes another little reshuffling here. Great Britain on 27, US and France on 19. And if teams are tied, not that it really looks like it's possible for many, after the final sprint point, they'll do a count back, and it'll be where you finished on the line determines whether you win that tiebreaker. So one more sprint to go. 8 laps, double points on the line. So 5, 3, 2, and 1 times 2. For those of you not able to, 10, 6, 4, and 2. Still to come. And it's the US tied with France at the moment. 8 points back of Great Britain. But the attack comes from Germany, currently sitting on 2 points. And if you're Great Britain, you might be happy with some of these other teams going for the big points because it just takes them off the table. So even if Great Britain hangs out of the points, if France or the US aren't near the top, that's no problem for Team GB. But right now is Germany leading the way, but a whole lot will change in those 5 laps. And that is Franziska Brause leading the way. They have Belgium behind them, who will certainly be feeling cuts and scrapes later on once the race is over. And it is those 2 in front right now. Great Britain, it's Katie Archibald just marshalling the front of the peloton, keeping an eye on things. They are more than comfortable with those 2 teams going for the sprint points. And of course, those lower teams want to move up and get as many qualification points for Paris, confidence boost, you name it. Switzerland sizing up a sprint for third. And it's Belgium off the front. 2 laps to go. Belgium and Germany on pace to pick up the points, but France also closing things down, and that is a move that Great Britain has to mark. And so it is Great Britain getting Germany. Belgium, I don't know if they have it. Final lap of the race. Great Britain trying to finish this one off with an exclamation mark. Nia Evans bringing this one around. 10 more to the pile. Great Britain finishes things off. France in second. Belgium and Denmark get the 3rd and 4th place points. But Britain, Nia Evans, the world champion, and Katie Archibald, the champion of well, just about everything over the course of her career, creating a formidable pair when they win here in Milton. Points, Great Britain, France, Belgium, and Denmark. And it's a third gold medal of the weekend for Team GB. Katie Archibald with her second. France and the United States looking like they finish off the podium. So Great Britain at 37 points, finishing things off with 10 on that last sprint. France on 25, US on 19. Of course, we will have to readjust accordingly, but I don't think things will change much. Back in. There's the incident early on with the Belgian riders missing the arm sling. That took out one of the riders from Hong Kong, China. And as we saw, well, several times today, Great Britain taking a sprint, taking maximum points on their way to a gold medal. US strong performance by Jennifer Valente and Lily Williams. And the French pair as well. Finishing with a silver medal, Valentine Fortin and Marion Borras. But this was just putting their stamp on things, sealing their victory with another sprint point victory. And certainly a statement heading into this summer. This is the image that will remain heading into Paris, as they will not face each other internationally again. So they go into France with an image of Great Britain victorious once again. Confirmation of the results: Great Britain 37, France 25, USA 19, Italy and Rakuten K Dreams wrapping up the top 5.